What is happening? It's a Nintendo Powercast episode 395. I'm one of your hosts, N64, Josh. Crawler, what's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going? Crawler coming at you, and Josh is out of focus.
Out of focus, Josh.
Come back. Come back, camera. Come back. I'll figure it out while Johnny says, what's up?
What's up? I just want to let everybody know that I met Josh in person and can confirm he's about 6'10".
Okay, but who won the arm wrestling contest? Because you left us on a cliffhanger that was going to happen.
A draw. We're both so strong.
Wow. I believe it too. Yeah.
That just means you forgot to do it.
It was like that scene in Predator. It was like, Dylan! Like, that's what it was like. So.
Just the meme bro clasp picture.
Yeah. There was so much bicep that they couldn't even take a picture of it. They were just like, wow, these guys clearly lift and are not natural. Cheesy, what's up, dude?
What's going on, cheese curds?
Yeah, there's got to be a Liver King joke there, right? Like,
I think that just came out on Twitter. Shocker, the guy takes steroids. I think I saw that.
Yeah, you don't get a stomach like that without steroids. But anyway, guys, jump in the Discord, n64josh.com/Discord. We would love to hang out with you, love to get some games with you. And my life has been a whirlwind. Like, we were talking about doing like some community games, and that was going to be off the ground. And then I got a job where I'm going to an office. I now have another remote gig, so like that's going to free up more streaming time, and like I've been all over the place right now. So stay tuned as we continue with that. Huge thank you to everybody that helped me get to PAX. It was an absolutely amazing show. I played Pokemon for the very first time, so I'm going to talk about that.
The TCG.
Yes, Pokemon TCG. So we'll get into that. But before we jump into all that, you can now subscribe to this show on, I believe, all the platforms. And if you don't want any more ads, $6.99 a month, and you get all the shows that come out ad free. So Patreon is going to go away, and we're just going to focus on that. It's an all-in-one. So there should be a link in the description where you can subscribe. $6.99 a month, no more ads, if that's something that you want to do. Before we jump into the show, Crawler, where can people find you?
Best spot is TikTok and Twitter. Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E.
Johnny, how about you?
I'm Johnny Bo everywhere. Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. Yeah.
Are you on Twitch anymore, Johnny?
I'm not on Twitch anymore. Right? I lied. That's not. No,
technically
I was
you're still
out,
there, but you're just
not hanging
streaming.
out in Cheesy's chat.
There you go.
True.
And we'll talk about that a little bit later because I have some news that we must
talk about.
address. We'll talk about it with Mario Kart. All right, we'll talk about Mario Kart.
Okay, all right. You can find me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, CheezyC64, CheezyC64.
This is what Servant had to say about
I know.
Johnny and I. It looked like that picture looked like a youth pastor invited his childhood youth pastor to dinner. Great. Thanks.
You should just bring it up. Do you have it? Can you pull it up?
I'll get it. Hold on. On Twitter, right?
Which one's the youth pastor? I don't know.
Well, I guess probably my gray hair gets to.
I have one gray hair.
Yeah, one. Yeah, you got that after meeting me, I think. No, so while Crawler's bringing that picture up, though, if you guys got any questions about PAX, feel free to ask. I did play Pokemon the card game for the first time. Look at us. There we are at Yards Brewing. So
nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was really, and then we went and played pinball afterwards, which was
there were a lot of people. We played Toy Story pinball.
We did
because that was like the only machine that was open.
Yeah. So, but we threw down in some Street Fighter.
Yeah, and I did not do well. I'm glad we did not record that one.
And yeah, it was a good time. Really good time. But Pokemon the card game. There's a reason, guys. There's a reason I avoided this for so long. Because guess who bought his first 2 packs of Pokemon cards at the Nintendo World Store? This guy. I'm seriously worried.
Only
I'm
2?
seriously worried. That's all
Well,
they
I
tell
What'd
me.
you get?
That's
What'd you
all they
get?
tell me.
The
Oh,
good
they won't
thing
sell you
about
more than
buying
2?
the good thing about buying the cards is that they're like flashcards for you. So now you get to learn like the Pokemon's name, and then like it has a picture too. So
Yo, real talk. There were pictures of the first starters in their all way evolved forms. And I was like, hey, real quick, with like the people in line and then like the
Oh, you talked
professors
about
that were
Flower
there.
Cow.
I was like, hey, is that Tank Turtle, Fire Dragon, and Flower Cow? And they were like, you need to leave. Like, you need to get out of here. Like, and then the lady asked, she's like, what's your favorite Pokemon? I was like, well, Kung Fu Panda. She's like, okay. I'm like, it's Urshifu. She's like, I liked Kung Fu Panda better. I was like, oh, not a fan. Yeah, not a fan. So, but both the professors that I had, one of them was the Washington State champion in TCG when he was like 9 years old or something like that.
That's
and
cool.
So we connected. He's gonna probably come on the show. And the other person I connected with, the other professor I had, she works for Niantic, and so we're gonna talk more. She was like, I need influencers. I was like, cool, let's talk. So
Not that you're the
So-
best for the brand, but
Do you even know what Niantic makes?
Pokemon Go. I'm just kidding. Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
I do. And guess who started playing Pokemon Go again? Like, I'm scared how into Pokemon I am right now. Like, you guys wanted me to play Splatoon today. I was like, I'm grinding Pokemon. Johnny goes, it's a baby game. What are you grinding? I was like, wow. Okay, neat. So, that happened. But playing the game for the first time, it was they showed us 3 different ways to play, and it was really fun. It's like, Crawler, there, especially with you having the younger kids, and I know you got cards, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So there's a catch game. Are you aware of this?
Mm-mm.
So all you do is lay out 4 Pokemon, and then you just put energy cards in a stack, and each person takes 2 energy cards, and then as you just lay the energy down next to the corresponding card. So if it's a fight, fighting style, you put the fight, and then whatever is the most. If it's like two energy and then a random or whatever, the first person to do that catches that Pokemon, and then the first person to catch 3 different types wins. And so it's super easy to play with kids. They've also got these really cool sleeves that you can put on the actual, like, the Pokemon cards that are the actual Pokemon, not like energy and stuff. Man, I'm just like, oh my wallet, my wallet. So I don't know. I'm excited to I'm excited to basically I'm gonna dedicate a day to streaming Pokemon, where I was looking through my Pokemon home. I don't know how I have so many. I think somebody gave me a whole bunch of Pokemon.
I'm sure they did.
I'm not. Hey, shh. I don't even know how I have so many, but I do. So that's cool. Even some shinies. Like, I'm like, where did this? Like, so anyway, I want to finish completing the whole Pokedex, right? Like, and I'm assuming there's enough Switch games out now that you can probably do that, right?
Yeah,
And
you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Can you?
all
Yep.
1,000
Sure.
Well, not Scarlet and Violet, because Scarlet and Violet don't have home
right?
support yet.
That'll
But you
be
could get all the Pokemon prior to Scarlet and Violet in there.
got it.
guess-
Lacey in chat says, I'm sure they just appeared out of nowhere. That's what happens with Pokemon. I'm learning. They just,
Streamer
a-
perks. Streamer perks.
streamer.
Because what? Gen 1, Gen 4, and Arceus are all connected, and then Gen 8 are all
Well,
connected.
you
to
could
home.
also get the 3DS games.
Well, then anything you catch and go can go into home as well, right?
Mhm. Yeah, so Go could go in there. 3DS has Pokemon Bank that you could transfer to Pokemon Home. So you can get everything in there.
But I want to try to do it on stream with just Switch games. Is that going to be possible, do you think?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Well, that's what we're going to shoot for.
Maybe.
That's what we're going to shoot for. I also bought Urshifu in Unite. And so
you spent money? You spent real money?
Not only did I spend real money, but I think I signed up for like a monthly pass with them or something.
Oh yeah.
So like
Pokemon Unite's fun though, man. Pokemon Unite, like Pokemon is great. It has something for everybody. You know, you can play the mainline games. You can play Pokemon Unite if you like MOBAs. You can play TCG. Have you played the TCG online, like the one that's on PC or on iPad? Like
no,
you can play the card game on your iPad.
Do you have to buy digital cards then?
When you buy a pack of cards, it comes with a digital card. You can scan that and get digital cards.
You get this. And then like the codes on the back.
I'm so screwed. This is game over. This is game over for me.
I can give you some cards.
Okay.
I have a lot.
All right. I have a giant card. You want to? I'll show you guys real quick a giant card.
Oh man,
giant card.
Look at this.
Like a giant jumbo card.
Oh yeah.
What is that? That looks like a poster.
This looks. I know. This is. I haven't even opened the card that's on the inside of this. Like it's like.
Okay. It's like a jumbo card binder for those listening.
With one jumbo card.
VMAX. No, Gigantamax Snorlax.
Yeah. No idea where that came from. It's just here with my stuff. So, you know. So, yeah. Make sure to check out the Poke News Now podcast. Yeah. So I'm scared. But yeah. I did buy. This is outside of Nintendo gaming, but I bought a board game that the booth was cool enough to basically sell me one of the two that they had left that were specifically for content creators. They were sold out, but then after talking with them, they're like, okay, we actually have one, we'll sell you. I was like, okay. It's called Heroes of Barcadia. And so it's a dungeon crawler style game where you have a pint glass that you fill with your adult beverage of choice. So hopefully beer or something, not just straight whiskey. And every time you take a drink, there's lines on the glass, and that's your health depleting. And so if you end up losing all your health, you can refill, right? But you gotta be careful. It's called Heroes of Barcadia. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but they were so cool. They gave me a yellow snow die, so it's like white with a yellow stripe in it, and then basically a coin of conflict resolution, I think, and all it says on it is you drink on one side or I drink on the other side, and so you just flip the thing, and so that I'm really looking forward to getting to play that as well. And I believe it's launched, but yeah, if you guys want to check out what I'm talking about, that sounds like fun. It's Heroes of Barcadia. It's up to 6 players. It comes with 6 glasses.
I think you tweeted a decent amount of stuff about that, right? Or was that on your Instagram or on your TikTok story, maybe?
So I'm using this this software now, where every TikTok I post to Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. It goes to all the places for me automatically. So that's been nice because it just helps me get all the content in all the places. So other than that, there really wasn't much. I talked to the people at Catan, at like Settlers of Catan.
That's a Switch game. It is. The coolest part about talking to the people at Catan is I was like, how do you guys feel about having a card in Cards Against Humanity? And they're like, what are you talking about?
I'm like, well, there's a card that's like, I will do blank favors for ore and brick or something along. They're like, are you serious? Like they didn't even know it was. They didn't even know it was in.
Is that in like the fantasy pack or whatever? Probably.
I don't know. I'd have to. It's one of the cards I own, but like unless you really know settlers, you probably wouldn't realize that they're talking about settlers, right? So, and I think I had bought a gaming pack at some point with Cards Against Humanity. So, tons of cool like miniatures, and if you're into that kind of stuff, different like. I mean, some of the stuff's super old school. I sat down. If you guys check out my first two, I think the first TikTok from the show, or maybe the second TikTok from the show, it's a game that also helps. It's like a D&D style game that also helps with like it can be used in therapy, and so it was just very, very interesting. And I don't know. I was pretty impressed. By pretty much everything I saw there. Well, there was a company that Kickstarter's like Viking. Was it Viking Design? I can't remember. I don't have the name in front of me, but they kickstarted their project while they were there, and they funded it 2 times over while at the event. And so it's just these boxes that you can store your pieces in that if a game gets an expansion, you can buy more pieces to this box and add it to it. And they just kind of open up, and there's drawers and like, yeah. So the smiles on their face were pretty awesome. Like they were pretty excited. So that was good. So again, I just appreciate everybody helping me get there. It was a great time. I did make it to the Nintendo World Store on Thursday in New York. I met up with Jasmine and Joe, and that was really cool getting to meet some Twitch mods. And we I probably spent too much money in the Nintendo World Store, but it was like a kid in a candy shop, honestly. Like
you saw the Game Boy still running?
It's not there. I asked them about it, and I was like, isn't there like a Game Boy from the Gulf War? And they were like, they said there was, but headquarters just requested it back. And so I don't know if like once stuff started happening, they didn't want anything there for that reason, but they still have. He wasn't sure if it was going somewhere else or what was going on, but they have a very cool like museum of consoles, if you will, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's just like all the way back from like the Game & Watch to like Nintendo had a version of Pong before the Famicom and the NES came out that you could connect to your TV. Those machines are in there. It's all the different Game Boys, bunch of Zelda DSs and things like that. So
they have a Popeye machine that they hadn't converted to Donkey Kong yet.
Yeah, radar scope. Yeah, that would be sweet if they had a radar scope. But no, there's a talking Mario, and I asked him who his favorite Mario Kart racer was, and he was like, "Hoo, I love everybody in the Mushroom Kingdom, but I'd have to say I like me the best. Let's go," or something along those lines. Right? And then Joe said, "Mario, I love you," and he's like, "Oh, you're touching my heart. I love you too," or something along those lines. Like it's just this, and watching little kids interact with that Mario, it's their height, on this screen, pretty incredible. Playing Mario Kart on like a 10 by 15 inch screen has insane input lag. I was just like, this is absolutely horrible. And they did not have the DLC. I was like, Nintendo.
That was the best TikTok I saw. Yeah.
Get it together. Like what is going on here? Why is the DLC not set up? And I gotta give Jasmine a shout out. She beat me in the race that we played on the giant screen. So there's, if you guys are fans of Animal Crossing, I highly suggest going to Nintendo's website and checking out some of the like exclusive Animal Crossing merch that's there right now. Like it's really, really cool. So again, if you want in-game items from Animal Crossing in your real house, go check out the Nintendo store. So it's got some cool stuff. I also made it to to the similar event that you and Cheesy went to, where you could play different games and then get little, like, it was basically a Nintendo booth in a mall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And played on a giant 80-inch screen, got to play Mario Kart on that as well. And then they gave me some cool pins for swag or whatever. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so lots of cool stuff. It was a really, really fun trip. So Game Awards time, though. What'd you guys
Nintendo did better than expected.
Yeah, they most of the stuff I saw online was how disappointed the Xbox fans were with the lack of anything from Xbox.
Did they have anything?
I mean, Xbox didn't really have much nominated. I mean,
not only that, but they didn't show anything. Like, they didn't, Nintendo showed Chibi Bayonetta, and then
PlayStation showed Death Stranding 2, and Armored Core 6 is probably coming to everything, right? I mean,
yeah, but there's no exclusives, Microsoft Studios content.
Well, they had just gotten hit with the FTC. Getting sued by them, which then the EU comes out and says, "Oh, that's false. They should not. That's not that's not accurate, FTC." So, yeah, interesting times in gaming Twitter, that's for sure. But yeah, Cheesy, why don't you kick it off? What were your overall thoughts with the Game Awards and how Nintendo did?
So how Nintendo did, I mean, I didn't think that Splatoon was gonna win best multiplayer. As much as I love Splatoon, I just didn't see that happening, and then it did. And then Mario plus Rabbids for best tactical strategy game. Like, Warhammer is pretty big, and there's Sparks of Hope, and it was just a lot of surprises. And I think it says a lot about Nintendo's next year. And we're still playing on a Switch that we're complaining doesn't run well, but they're making money and they're putting out good games that people are really enjoying. And we've got Pikmin next year. We have Tears of the Kingdom. We have Fire Emblem Engage. We have this new Bayonetta spinoff. There's still games that are going to be just, I think, so iconic when it comes to the Switch era. And it really is just a great time to be a Nintendo fan. I know every once in a while we say that there's not a lot to talk about or Nintendo's doing Nintendo things, but when you really look at the games they're releasing, it's a good stack of games.
Quick side note, there is a small section for Pikmin merch on Nintendo's website right now. So nice. I wanted to make sure I wanted to make sure I let you know that because I know you're still playing Pikmin Go or whatever that
I actually haven't.
Pikmin Bloom.
Pikmin Bloom.
Johnny probably has played it the most out of all of us.
No, Cheesy plays it every day.
Oh, do you still play it?
No, I don't still play it. I wanted to get all the community badges, and then I got married for some reason, and that was one of the community days.
In game?
I didn't get my steps in June.
Oh, not in game, in real life.
In real life.
Oh, yeah, in real life. Yeah. Yeah. And so I missed that.
I guess you're a quitter.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm done.
Yeah, no commitment there.
The other announcement that got me out of my seat was Hades 2. Did not expect that, and I'm just so excited for that game to come out.
So they said it's going to be early access, which Hades 1 was. I think it was a Epic Game Store
Steam
exclusive.
Yeah.
But then when it was released on console, it came to Switch first. So I wonder if Hades 2 will get the same treatment or what's going to happen with that. But yeah, I was pumped for that when that music, that little jingle comes on. Oh, so pumped.
It's good. I mean, that soundtrack, every once in a while I'll put it on because it's just so good. And I'm excited to hear the voice acting and the writing, all of it.
I still need to. So I re-downloaded Hades on my Switch now. So I want to play it again. I think I cleared 8 runs. And if you don't know, to like truly beat the game or truly get to the real ending, you have to beat it 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to do it 2 more times.
Yeah. Yeah, was Celeste the same way that it came to Switch first? Because they showed Earthblade, their next game.
I think Celeste was at least it was heavily focused on Switch. It came everywhere, early. I think pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Because it came to Game Pass. I'd already played it when it came to Game Pass, so it definitely came to Switch before Xbox. But I don't know about it. Probably came to Steam and PC. Yeah. But yeah, seeing Hades 2, which Hades is a huge hit. It's like Supergiant's first ever sequel. Like they have a bunch of games, but they're usually one-offs. And they made a sequel to Hades, so that must have done well. We see the next game for the Celeste creator.
It looks like
Celeste came out everywhere on January 25th, 2018.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, this game looks like Celeste, but like a Metroidvania, so that's really fun. No, I mean, honestly, like the Game Awards were a good time. Like, I didn't think that they were too long. I didn't think that it was like, I mean, obviously it's there to show ads, but I didn't think that there were. Like,
I didn't win a Steam Deck. I'm kind of upset.
I saw some of the names of the things that won a Steam Deck, and I don't think you were playing against people. I don't think you were. I think a lot of bots won that.
How about there was a tweet today because that guy got up at the end of the show and was like, "Yo, shout out to Bill Clinton or whatever," right? And then somebody fixed it and was like, "Hey, we don't know what is happening with Silksong, but maybe next year." And so I had to tag Crawler in that one.
So Relia, if you know who Relia is, he's a big Hollow Knight creator on YouTube, and he tweeted like, "So no Silksong then." And I said, no, but we got something better. Hades 2.
Crawler, what are your overall impressions?
I mean, I thought it was good. I'm excited for some of the stuff they showed off. I was really surprised by how well Nintendo did. So, I mean, winning Best Family Game is the de facto Nintendo award to win.
I thought Lego was going to win that one.
I'm happy it went to Kirby. Like that is a good.
Kirby was like second to last on my list of like. Splatoon was last because it's not quote unquote family game. I think we talked about that last episode, but Kirby and the Forgotten like I don't know. We've talked about the lackluster kind of co-op, but like I guess that works good for a kid. I mean. So there I get it, but like Switch Sports I thought was going to be the one or Lego Star Wars, but like I don't know. That was we knew Nintendo was probably going to walk away with that or at least something on Nintendo because all 5 of those games are on Switch. I was really holding out hope for Xenoblade. Elden Ring we knew was going to win enough stuff, but they won Best RPG. I was hoping for Xenoblade to get that. But then Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 3 also won Best Action Game, which I thought with how popular Neon White was earlier in the year, I thought that was going to maybe take it, or Shredder's Revenge just being kind of this awesome retro-inspired kind of game that everyone was happy to play. I thought that might have taken it, but Bayonetta, like I need to give Bayonetta 3 more time. I have it. I haven't played a ton of it because I think we had 3 other games come out right around that time with Pokemon and God of War and Call of Duty and everything else.
Sparks of hope. Yeah.
Yep.
Johnny, how about you?
I thought it was one of the better game awards that we've had in a while. I didn't think there was a lot of filler. Like I feel like in the past they had a bunch of ads. They had a bunch of things that they didn't really need. It just seemed more streamlined this year. The only thing that slowed it down was the voice actor for Kratos. He spoke for like 20 minutes. I don't know what was that about. But I'm happy that Tears of the Kingdom finally won most anticipated game. I think it's been on the list for like 3 or 4 years, but it always lost to Elden Ring. But Elden Ring is finally out, so now Tears of the Kingdom. Oh yeah, the flute guy.
Flute guy
Was great.
Flute guy was rocking it. Especially like the I think that's one of the highlights of Game Awards is Jeff Keighley getting that orchestra put together.
Oh yeah,
and they compose. I'm sure it's not super easy to go seamless one melody to the other, and they find a way to make it flow and come back all the way around. And the flute is featured heavily in Xenoblade, and that was on the list. I'm sure Xenoblade might have been nominated just for that whole thing. I think it's deserving to be on that list.
Like it probably got a boost just for being nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, I would hope so. But yeah, flute guy was awesome.
What won music again?
Music was God of War.
Oh, okay,
I was hoping that Xenoblade was going to get it.
So God of War won like everything but Game of the Year. That
art direction, game direction. They didn't win.
Accessibility, I think it won for. And
it's got a ton of accessibility though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it won best act. Like the Kratos won.
Yep.
Best acting.
Yeah, so. I think Johnny said it in the chat. Doug Bowser is boring, and it sucks to say that. Like we had Reggie, who was so much fun and just like had this charm to Nintendo, and like that's like the playful side of Nintendo. And Doug Bowser is very business. He takes out
his talking points out of his pocket when he accepts an award, and I think Reggie could go off right a little bit.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but Josh,
we also had Iwata, and he was him and Reggie were the dynamic duo, especially during the dark days of Nintendo, right? Like,
yeah,
and so yeah,
and with the name of Bowser, like, how can you just be this? Maybe that's the thing, being this corporate overlord. That's
you can't have fun.
That's his character.
Yeah, very true. Very true. All right.
Nobody had mentioned the Mario trailer. Like they showed, well, not a trailer. It was a scene.
It was a clip.
Mario.
Yeah,
it was a clip, and that movie looks like it's gonna be really fun. Like it's gonna be a fun movie.
And like I know a lot of people are complaining, like we're probably gonna see the whole movie before it comes out, but like I mean they're gonna have a ton of surprises. But also, even if we rewatch those scenes that we saw and we see it in the theater, like we're still gonna have a good time, and it's probably going like we'll maybe catch something that we didn't see before. But I was smiling from ear to ear because I'm just really excited with how this turned out. And I know a lot of people are like, Illumination Studios, what are they doing? This is a bad choice, but it just has always felt right, honestly, and it's going to be so good.
It's had the right amount of delays. Right.
True.
That's what I keep leaning into is it's had the right amount of delays where they were just like, there's so much fan service. You're seeing, we're watching. If you guys are, and keep in mind, you guys can watch on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, the show is also on video. And what we were like, just a quick side note, guys, thanks to you all, we were in the top 20. Let's see. We put out 74 video episodes on Spotify. We were the top 5%. We were in the top 5% most viewed. So shout out to you guys for watching on Spotify. But I mean, look at all the nods. If you guys are watching the video, like the lifts are definite. Like those are right out of like 3D World.
Him jumping on the lift is great because like we all have done that where you barely hold on to the ledge and you have to climb back up. Like. Yeah.
Again, I just want to say this would be the most annoying city to get around in.
Even obnoxious. So, Crawler, back that up just a second. I want to point something out that obviously you guys would probably recognize this, but this is exactly how when we first started playing Super Mario Brothers, you went slow and then you realized you could sprint
across the narrow blocks.
Those bricks, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's cool.
Like that was that's definitely on purpose right there. And the way he goes through the pipes where he's just getting just the tar beat out of him, like
Yeah.
it's so great. The slapstick is perfect. Like,
I also like how he comments on the pipes, like, "Oh wow, these are really nice pipes," because he's a plumber. But like, how
Right.
convenient is it that you end up in a world that is like something that you do, and it's
Right.
like filled with all these warp pipes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a part when he's walking by the antiques stand,
Mhm.
and I think one of the toads is like, "Does this thing actually work?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you just got to press this button." And I don't know what he was showing him, but I can't wait to see what different things they're gonna have in there.
Yeah. And like Toad still sounds great. Keegan-Michael Key is killing that role. And Koji Kondo's arrangement sounds so good, and like it makes you smile because we all have heard this music for years, and it brings back so many memories, but it's like something new as well. It's, I don't know, man. It's gonna be really fun to bring people to the theater to see this movie, to have these new memories. Like, there are gonna be kids that grow up with this as their first introduction to Nintendo and Mario, and they're nailing
Yeah, because
it.
when you think about it, like, what was the last thing that came out that was for Mario? Like, it's been
Odyssey?
years.
Not Odyssey.
3D.
It's 3D
World and Bowser's Fury.
World. But yeah, I mean, a lot of this is going to be the first introduction to a lot of children to Mario and the Mushroom Kingdom. So it could usher in a whole new like generation of Nintendo fans, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing this out into the universe because who knows what will happen. But I think it would be fantastic is if as many of us as possible all go to the same location and watch this movie together. So we'll see what happens. We got a few months to plan something like this, but I think it would be super cool to like.
Johnny's out because that's.
I'm gonna have to do taxes at the movie premiere. I'm going that night.
So
like, I don't care what happens.
We got to go where you are. Then is what you're saying. We need to go. We need to go to the East Coast for Johnny, and I don't know. I've been. Maybe we talked. Did we talk about it, Johnny? I feel like I talked about it with somebody. Like it would be super cool to have just a big group of us take over, maybe even rent out a whole theater, like that would be pretty magical. Something we would never forget. That's for sure. So quick side note on that movie. I'm just going to throw this out, but I'm wondering if we're not going to see too much of Luigi getting captured or too much of the mansion scene. And I wonder if that's going to be, if I have a feeling this movie's going to end leading into the sequel.
I would hope.
And I'm wondering if Luigi's Mansion ends up being a big part of the sequel. Like maybe we don't see too much of that. Just pure speculation at this point.
Yeah.
I think the Rainbow Road stuff is near the end as well. Like
that looks like an escape sequence, so it could be.
Yeah.
With the Koopa kids, look like they're chasing him down almost.
There's a lot of Kongs in Karts as well.
Mm-hmm.
Funky Kong's back there and
Kitty Kong.
Yeah.
It's interesting though to think that this movie is done because it has a rating. So that means that like
critics
it's picture
rated. It's rated R.
Yep, right.
Or actually NC-17.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
For penguin murdering
for abuse.
Oh my god.
But no, I mean like they can't change anything on it if they wanted to because then they would have to, get it rated again. So like this movie doesn't come out for another 4 months and it's done.
Interesting.
Yeah, usually when they rate movies, it's like a month before.
Yeah.
So if they need to like change anything,
pending kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, and it's April 7th, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 7 days after the fiscal year starts.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yep.
So
it's got to be leading into a game. It's got to be.
It has to be.
And that could
you
be
only
the case
get it
too.
if you go to the
They're just gonna hand them out at the theater. Here's your game.
Well,
imagine.
but what if there's a QR code in the theater before it starts. You scan and it ties to your Nintendo account, and you get some kind of unlockable, or
they would just give you platinum points. Maybe you go see the movie, they give you platinum
I don't know,
points.
like
That's
the
all
Pokemon
Nintendo would
movies
do.
used to give you promo cards. Like they could do something like that for Mario. They could have, I don't know if they give you posters or something.
There's going to be a new Smash character reveal during this movie.
I mean, I did bring it up. Like, are
scene.
we going to see a new character in this movie? Because, like, one that we haven't ever seen. There's going to be so many people in the theater, even non-Nintendo fans, and they introduce a new character, and then that character will be in the parks for like merch or maybe a meetup or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's too much because even non-Nintendo fans probably think Rosalina would be a new character, but
Rosalina, I think, is going to show up.
Oh, for sure.
Because they mention, if you mention galaxies,
that's just a nod to Chris Pratt, right? In Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
it's like
Maybe Grogu will show up.
There you go. Yeah, we'll get like a Star Wars Nintendo universe.
Yeah,
thing
green
going.
little money baby, Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have played Splatoon.
Big Run.
Big Run. Yeah. Give us Crawler, kick it off. What are your impressions of Big Run? Johnny's original tweets I think it was messages in the Discord.
I didn't want to get yelled at online.
Yeah, there you go. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Crawler, why don't you kick us off here with your thoughts on Big Run?
It's fun. It's definitely a bigger arena being in a multiplayer map. It's
Wahoo World.
Yeah. There's the spawn side, and then there's the middle kind of neutral area that you kind of is your arena, and there's still high tide and low tide and medium tide, and it can lead to some chaotic stuff. I've definitely ranked up a decent amount in Grizzco doing it this weekend, which is nice. The rewards I've been it contributes a little bit to your catalog, which has been good, but I'm also sitting on a decent amount of Splatoon money right now as well, which is good.
Not broke some of those, for the first time since this game came
out. So yeah, I mean it's been fun, and there's, I think Cheesy posted in Discord for us. There's a goal to have, to kind of 3 different tiers for the badge to get for your card. That I'm 1 point away. I need to get a score of 102, I think, to be able to get the gold. But it's been fun. So, and it goes for another pretty much 24 hours almost.
Cheesy, what are your thoughts overall? I'm guessing you're loving it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. No, I mean, I am enjoying.
Oh God,
it.
We've ruined him, you guys. You were the chosen one. You were meant to bring balance.
He played it with me. And just ruined everything.
No, I do enjoy it. I'm going to speak on Johnny's behalf because I know that's okay, and I won't say anything false. No, but he did mention that Big Run is basically just Salmon Run. Like, he thought it was going to be something more. And like, I kind of get that. Like, there could have been something more to it. However, we're playing on a map that we usually play on like Rank or Turf War. So that makes it exciting. It's actually harder than Salmon Run. All of the bosses have a 30% more health than they do in Salmon Run. And I think what I've come down to is like Big Run and Splatfest. Obviously, it's going to be more fun when you get a gang together. But like, if you're just playing solo, after a while, it's like, all right, I get it. But like, the party is when you just bring your friends together and you're having a good time. Because like, I know Johnny Crawler and I, we were having fun, and we'd love to play with you if you want to play, Josh. I think they're doing everything right with Splatoon. Like, it could be better, like They could give us faster updates and gear and content, but like we just got this new season after 3 months, and we're recollecting things in the catalog. We have these new events. It's different, it's different than what Nintendo has done in the past, and I think it's on the right path.
Johnny, are you liking it, or do you hate it like everything else?
Well, now that we got Cheesy's negativity out of the way, saying that Splatoon is like the worst and it takes forever to update. No, it's been fun. I do like, I don't know. Maybe I should have known, because Splatfest is really just turf war, so it's not really that much different than what we usually get. And Big Run is Salmon Run, but it's on Wahoo World as opposed to the normal maps. And I'm kind of interested to see how they go, how they if they use other maps, other of the multiplayer maps for Big Run moving forward. I'm thinking that's what they're going to do, because it'll be weird to just do Wahoo World and nothing else.
Johnny, Cheesy, did you say that Big Run does damage to the multiplayer map?
That's what I'm hoping for. I hope this is like Nintendo's way of doing like Fortnite, where the Salmonid destroy Wahoo World, and we get an update that's like, hey, because of Big Run, like this is how Wahoo World is now, and we're getting it repaired. But in the meantime, like, I don't know, like I just think that would be a fun way for Nintendo to update their maps versus just like upgrading it. And then it just adds to the story too.
I would like to say that I think Cheesy was throwing as soon as I joined, because like Crawler he got like over 100 eggs, like 101 eggs. And then like we kept losing in the second wave. I'm pretty sure Cheesy was just standing
saying that I wouldn't want you to win. Is that what you're saying? Because that doesn't sound like me at all. I of course I want you to win and have bragging rights and talk about it all the time.
But no, it's definitely more fun with people than by yourself. Yeah. I think I did like 1 or 2 runs by myself, and I was just kind of like, oh, okay, I know what this is. I don't really know the point of doing it right now, so I was just gonna stop. So it was much more fun with people.
We mentioned it earlier. Splatoon won best multiplayer, and that may shock a lot of people, but I do think that Salmon Run is probably part of that. And now that it's open 24/7 and you can throw the eggs, there's some new enemies that you have to go up against. It's fun. It's chaotic, but it's a good time. And like, even when you lose, you want to go back into it again. So yeah, I mean, I've really enjoyed Big Run.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Wave 3. I'm absolutely loving these tracks.
It's the best.
They're so good. They're so good.
Yeah.
They look good. They're Rainbow Road from 3DS is top tier. Like top tier. When you're driving on Saturn's rings, like that, and then you can fall through them. Right, or I don't know if you can
and not be punished for it.
You fall off of Rainbow Road though; the big circles in the track, and then you're just down on a moon, and the gravity changes. Like it, that is one of the most fun tracks. Even the Christmas track,
Berlin is super fun.
Yeah, when all the chain chops get set loose, and they're running all over the place.
So I want to talk like what was the other one? It's London. Like, I want more like that, where the first time driving through that, you had to pay attention to the arrows. You had to react like you're driving a car. Like every lap was different. They took you on a different path. Yeah. Even what they did with Peach Gardens, going backwards against, if you're in front you're dealing with bullet bills coming straight at you on the reverse of Peach Gardens, that made up for that course not having any anti-grav or anything, but it was a good twist to that. And yeah, I mean, Berlin is the best, I think, especially cutting through the what is it, the Brandenburg Gate or whatever, when people are driving straight as you're coming through on the last lap. It's really great. I enjoyed all the new tracks. I think they're great.
I think this wave proves that yelling on the internet works. Right? We all complained about how bad the first wave was, and then the second wave was a little bit better, and now this wave is definitely the best out of the three, I believe.
Was it Boo Lake where you go down?
You go down. Yeah,
that is a fantastic addition.
I feel like that's the shortest course of all of them, but it's still a great track.
There's a shortcut
there that I haven't taken yet to try to. That's the most technical part, is right where that shortcut is. So I'm sure it can shave some time.
It shaves some time. You go through to the cardboard cutouts, but that's one of the things I love about that game. When I did that track the first time, the very first lap, I went by and I saw the cardboard cutouts. I was like, "There's where the shortcut is."
Yep, I knew it exactly as well. Yep.
And then that, and then going through it again with a mushroom, it was like, "Oh, there it is." It's it's just that I like that track, the Boo Lake or whatever. I love when they make the old tracks look like they're wearing out, right? Because I'll fire up Super Circuit and double check, but I'm almost positive you were just on top the whole time. You were just on the wood. You're just on the wood. Those were very flat courses, and so I love it when they take liberty with those older tracks and add so much life to them. And they really did a great job with those. That's what made Donut Plains 3 and Mario Circuit from GBA, where they brought that whole part of the track up with the lift. Like that, it's that kind of stuff that makes those so special and really makes them shine in 8. Cheesy, have you had much time with the DLC tracks?
Oh yeah, it's so good. And I didn't want to bring this up, but I am 14-1 against Johnny.
Oh, whoa. Whoa, you said that backwards. I'm 14-2 against Cheesy.
Right. I forgot it's like golf rules. So I'm 1-14 and just
so I'm better than Cheesy at Mario Kart. That's all you need to know.
Dude, I feel honestly, when it comes to Mario Kart, I used to think I was so good at this game because it's like the #1 game that people want to play when they come over to your house, because everyone knows Mario Kart. They're like, "Do you have Mario Kart?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Also, it's hard.
I know I'm going to win, and then you get online and it's like, I am just trash at this game.
It's hard when you're streaming, it and you're trying to pay attention to chat and everything else. So that's why I took the liberty to come into your chat when I'm not doing anything. I have nothing else on my plate. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna race Cheesy a little bit.
Yeah.
Also, Cheesy, why do you play on 100cc?
I didn't. So Hannah was actually playing before, and then she left, so I just never changed it, I guess.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't know.
Yeah.
You needed to get good.
I mean, I do need to get good. I need to put it at 50cc. But no, I mean the tracks. They are really good. They're the best that they've been so far, and I know Nintendo has a hard time when it comes to online and updating and content, but it kind of shows that they're trying. With this, with
the item
selection,
selection
for custom matches, yeah.
And we waited 8 years for this stuff. What are they doing?
And I saw an interesting TikTok from Kyle. I didn't even think about it, but that's a way you can practice blue shell dodges now. You can turn on just mushrooms and blue shells and work on dodging blue shells that way. And I think I'll actually try that.
Well, we need to come up with some absolutely horrific ways to play this game, whether it's just bullet bills or
bullet bills on 200cc. That would be amazing.
But we need to do some. The four of us need to get in. Maybe Grit maybe get 12 people total in voice chat and like just do some of the most bonkers like 200cc
Baby Park 200cc
only blue shells. Yes, there you go. Like, no, I
You're
want to
gonna
have some
break-
You're
fun
gonna
with
throw a
this.
blue shell in
Switch.
first. Who does it target?
It'll hit you. Like, it'll just. So no, But what happens next, though? What happens next? Well, they're adding more than just tracks, right? And I think that's what a lot of people are thinking. Like, is there a chance that we're gonna like potentially see a character? Like, because remember, they showed Mario Kart in the movie, and what if we get a track that what if
That
the
would be
Rainbow
cool.
Road they're
That'd be
doing in the
around
movie?
the same time as the next wave. Like the next
Yeah.
wave will be around March, April, I
Well,
think.
And obviously Mario Kart is on their mind because of the theme park ride, and that's
Yeah.
going to open around the same time.
Well, and they can put it in Tour and 8 at the same time, just like they did with the Sunday, the Sunday track.
Yeah.
So
I think they're close to 50 million with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe now. I think they're like 48, 49. And honestly, I didn't know how they would get more people to buy it, but I think these new tracks are actually an incentive to sell these games again.
Yeah.
the Wii tracks in particular, because the demographic, especially on TikTok,
True.
that when they see Maple Tree Way and Coconut Mall, they want to race those tracks.
The next
And the
one will
3DS
be Koopa Cape. I think that's
the
gonna be
Mushroom
next
Gorge
one.
was another one. That's another Wii track.
Oh yeah, Mushroom Gorge. Yeah.
Yeah. There you can because remember, Mario Kart Wii was a 30 million. Was over 30 million. So
I want some Koopa Troopa Beach with the cave shortcut going all the way through.
From the 64.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, I mean, the Nintendo could do some crazy things. Like, I would love to see a Mario movie inspired Rainbow Road. Like, just from the little bit that we saw. Like,
yeah.
But and the kart
it could be
customization was nuts on all those.
A Kong themed track.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had one yet, right?
Oh my god. It's Nintendo World. Like, they just bring you through the park.
That would be incredible.
That would be
that's a little inceptional though. Like,
no, that's for Mario Kart Live. All right, you got to take your little cart with you.
Yep.
And you can build your own racetrack down at Super Mario World.
Why not? I mean, I think it could happen. Like, it won't look exactly like realistic Nintendo World, but they at least could have you go through Mushroom Kingdom, you go through Bowser's Castle, you go through the Donkey Kong Land, maybe the Yoshi area. Like, it seems like it would be a lot, but it could be a celebration at the same time. And then Rainbow Road on top of that.
It could also be California. Right? Just like they've done Tokyo and London.
Oh, yeah.
And so they could make it a section of California where you drive through Super Nintendo Land or whatever. So or Super Nintendo World or whatever it's called. So
they just secure the rights for Harry Potter and Jaws and whatever else is in Universal, and you just drive around through all that stuff.
That's why Grogu's gonna be in it, because you're gonna drive through Galaxy's Edge.
There you go.
That's Disney.
Wrong theme park.
Well, not.
You just went there. You went,
but it
could
be there. No, I mean, there's Disneyland out there. You'll drive through Disneyland too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, we do have Sora in Smash, so anything is possible.
True.
There you go. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here, for listening. Cheesy, you got a call to action for us, I think. What is it going to be today?
Today's call to action is, if you really love what we do here on the podcast, you can connect with us online through all of our socials. You can leave us comments on YouTube or give us a 5-star review on any of the podcast services that you listen to. It helps us out a bunch. So thank you.
I'm going to add to it the question for this show, which you'll be able to answer right on your podcast player, will be, what was your favorite track from the Mario Kart DLC? Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.